Eala excited for Coco Gauff rematch after prevailing in Indian Wells thriller. Eala is gearing up for a rematch against Grand Slam champion Coco Gauff after a thrilling 3-set win over Diana Yastremska on her Indian Wells debut. World number 32 Eala battled late into the night against former Australian Open semifinalist Yastremska, with the Ukrainian serving for the match deep into the deciding set. However, the Filipino was able to turn the match in her favor, taking advantage of a late string of double faults from her opponent to win the final 3 games of the match and claim a 7-5, 4-6, 7-5 victory. Triumph for Eala saw her pick up her first ever win in Indian Wells, with 2026 marking her tournament debut in tennis paradise. However, the 20-year-old now faces one of the toughest tests in tennis in the form of world number 4 Gauff in the 3rd round. Gauff defeated Kamila Rakimova to get her campaign underway at the WTA 1000 event on Friday, and dropped just 2 games when she defeated Eala at the Dubai Tennis Championships last month. Just weeks on from that encounter, Eala is gearing up for the chance to once again test herself against the reigning French Open champion. "No, I'm excited like I said the other day when you asked me," said Eala. "It was a tough match for me last time. I think she played really well. So all I can do is take the learnings that I have from our last match and try to implement that in our next one, yeah." Eala has plenty of fan support wherever she plays and is usually the crowd favorite, including when she faced off against Gauff in Dubai last month. However, the tables will likely turn in Indian Wells, with American star Gauff likely to have the bulk of her home crowd behind her. Despite that, Eala does not feel that she will be intimidated by the occasion. She added, "Well, it's not my first huge match. I think it's definitely going to be a tough one. Coco is an amazing player and playing at home. I'm expecting, a big crowd to rally behind her just because she's amazing. But it's like every other match. Today I had to dig really deep, so I'm expecting that the next match I have to do even more, So I'm ready, and I'm looking forward to it, yeah." After her thrilling win over Yastremska in round 2, the world number 32 is provisionally up 4 places to 28th in the WTA Live rankings. That takes her above her previous career high of 31st in the WTA rankings, and means that she could make her top 30 debut when the rankings officially update post-tournament. A top 30 debut is not yet secured for Eala, however, with several rankings rivals still also battling out in tennis paradise. The Filipino will face off against Gauff at some point on Sunday, and the winner will then face either Sorana Cîrstea or 14th seed Linda Noskova in the 4th round. Want more from Tennis 365? Add us as a preferred source on Google to your favorites list for tennis coverage you can trust. Read next. Iga Swiatek drops to world number 4. Aryna Sabalenka has narrow lead. Coco Gauff 8th. Alternative rankings. Eala excited for Coco Gauff rematch after prevailing in Indian Wells thriller. Under the shimmering California sun at Indian Wells Tennis Garden, the drama of professional tennis often unfolds in unexpected ways. The desert air carries not only the sound of rackets striking balls but also the stories of ambition, resilience, and rising stars. During the 2025 edition of the BNP Paribas Open in Indian Wells, one such story emerged with remarkable intensity: the rise of young Filipino sensation Eala and her thrilling journey toward a highly anticipated rematch with American star Coco Gauff. For Eala, the tournament was more than just another event on the calendar. It was a stage, a place where belief met opportunity. And after surviving a dramatic, nerve-wracking battle earlier in the competition, she found herself smiling at the prospect of facing one of the sport's brightest talents again. "I'm excited," Eala said afterward, her eyes bright with determination. "Every match against a player like Coco is a chance to learn, improve, and push myself further." A desert battle that tested everything. Tennis at Indian Wells is known for its unique atmosphere. The slow, gritty courts demand patience, while the desert winds challenge precision. Matches here are rarely straightforward, and the thriller that Eala endured earlier in the tournament perfectly embodied the unpredictable magic of the event. Her opponent pushed her to the limit, forcing long rallies and daring angles. At several moments, it seemed the match might slip away. Yet Eala refused to yield. She chased down impossible balls, constructed points with maturity beyond her years, and leaned on the calm competitive instincts she had been developing since her junior days. By the final set, the crowd had grown deeply invested. Every forehand winner brought cheers, every defensive save drew gasps. When Eala finally sealed the victory with a clean backhand down the line, the stadium erupted. It was a victory that demanded grit and patience. More importantly, it revealed something essential about her character: she thrives in pressure. The path of a rising star. Long before stepping onto the main courts of the BNP Paribas Open, Eala had already carved a remarkable path in tennis. Born in the Philippines, she emerged as one of the most promising players in Southeast Asian tennis history. Her career accelerated when she trained at the prestigious Rafael Nadal Academy in Manacor, where discipline and competitive excellence are core values. At the academy, founded by tennis legend Rafael Nadal, Eala refined her aggressive baseline style and strategic thinking. Coaches there quickly noticed her composure and fierce determination. Her breakthrough moment on the junior stage came when she won the singles title at the U.S. Open Junior Championships. That triumph signaled that she was ready to step onto bigger stages. But transitioning from junior success to professional competition is rarely easy. The women's tour is packed with powerful hitters, tactical veterans, and fearless young challengers. Eala understood that growth would require patience. She approached every match as a lesson. Indian Wells became one of those lessons, but also a powerful statement. Coco Gauff, a rival worth chasing. The prospect of facing Coco Gauff adds a special kind of electricity to any tournament draw. Gauff's story is already legendary. Bursting onto the global stage as a teenager, she stunned the tennis world with fearless performances and rapid success. Her victory at the U.S. Open cemented her place among the elite of the sport. She combines blistering athleticism with a relentless competitive spirit. Her defensive speed allows her to retrieve balls that seem unreachable, while her powerful ground strokes can dictate rallies against almost anyone. For young players like Eala, competing against Gauff represents both challenge and inspiration. Their previous encounter had already hinted at an intriguing rivalry. Both players possess dynamic movement, strong baseline games, and an eagerness to take control of rallies. But beyond playing styles, the matchup carries symbolic meaning. Two young athletes, each representing a new wave in women's tennis, standing across the net from one another. Lessons from the first encounter. When Eala previously faced Gauff, she experienced firsthand the intensity that top-level tennis demands. The rallies were fast and relentless. Gauff's defense forced Eala to strike.